you to live, AJ. For me. That's your job now.
Connect here.
Women in video games. And I'm not just talking about women in video games. I mean the main character, the leader of a video game. Me personally doesn't see the problem with the female being the main character of a video game. Some games could be pretty good and some games could be pretty bad.
I love you too, baby!
Julia, what the fuck?
Me personally, I don't see it as a gender thing. I feel like some people just tend to stick to whatever character is pretty cool. So if you have a cool ass character like Lara Croft, people might just love that character. But if you have a female that is boring, lanky, the storytelling is horrible, then people are tending to hate that game because of the character. I think this is just simple facts. But recently, a video game called Stellar Blade has hit the community and it is taking by storm on Twitter. People are currently arguing on Twitter about how is this game the game of the year when it's about only graphics. And that is another thing. Graphics are not just everything into a video game, and I don't think people know that. Stellar Blade is one of those games that have been seen by many of people and they have taken it the wrong way. Some people might give this game a try and some people might just say no because of the main character.
I'll try to do something a bit different it's just not very common currently. And that's talk about the game itself, as most of the discourse online has been for the character model of Eve in the game. And I just feel like there's so much more to discuss here than just that. So
today I'm going to be sitting down talking to you about women as the protagonist in a video game and why I think they're pretty cool and why I think we should keep them. And if it's not your bitter taste, then get out. But where's my introduction? My name is Benji Commentary, and if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, comment. You don't have to do none of those things, but if you just stick with me and watch to the end, thank you. Now, I can play this little slideshow. Yeah. And before I keep going, this is all my opinion. You don't have to agree. You don't have to disagree. It's okay. I'm just ranting about whatever I like. Atari 2600 marks the history of the first game of a female protagonist that is currently the main character. In 1982, Billy Sue was the protagonist of a game called Wabbit. This game is about Billy Sue being a farm girl that has features like Space Invaders. You play as Billy Sue while she tries to defend her crops from getting attacked by rabbits. The goal of this game is to knock as many rabbits as you can off the screen before they get all of the crops that has carrots on them. This game was offered on the Atari, so I wouldn't really expect anything too crazy. It was a fun, simple, easy little challenge. What makes this story even more interesting? This game was created from a Vietnamese programmer named Von Mai. I really hope I said your name correct. I am sorry if I didn't. The fact that she thought outside the box and made a female protagonist in a video game in 1982 is insane. It holds some weight. She did that by herself with her own idea. This is an underrated fact, but we should all be giving our flowers to the first female protagonist video game, Wabbit, in 1982. (1986) Metroid. This game was held on the first ever console of the Nintendo. Now this game was more of a challenging game than the last game before, Wabbit. Now this is a game where you have to actually think instead of just playing a game where you're just having fun. I mean, you can think and have fun. I mean, whatever. scratch that. This game was an action platformer video game where you play as the character Samus. Earlier days, fans would regulate that the main character was a male, but oh boy did you get fucked big time. Samus is what you would call a female galactic bounty hunter. You've been called to space to hunt down Metroids, killing a bunch of space pirates and aliens and jellyfishes, and you are going to get lost. You're going to hit dead ends, you're going to get confused, and you're going to get misled. Like I said, this is a game where you have to think. But that's a great thing because this is also an adventure game for you to have fun, enjoy the game. When you first start off, Samus can only run, jump, and all that simple stuff. But the further you go into the game, you can actually roll. You can fit through tight spaces, you get to shoot missiles. Nintendo was just on a different head of its game at the time. For this being Nintendo's first Metroid game, this is just another stepping stone for a female protagonist in video games. If you did get the chance to finish the Metroid game, at the end you will be hit with the surprise that Samus is a female. And this left all the gamers talking, oh my gosh, Samus is a female. But yeah. And this is why I put Metroid in this list, because Samus is already legendary and now Nintendo is actually showing her face even more with games in the Super Smash Bros. Series. On Ultimate, you can actually play with Samus trainer suit. And Metroid Prime was the best GameCube game that came out on that system. Well, one of the best games, okay? Now we can go to the next one. Tomb Raider. I was going to put this at the end of the video, but I kind of thought about it and I was like, I feel like Tomb Raider is one of the greatest games in the women's franchise that has a female character in it. Lara Croft is the main character of the game Tomb Raider, who basically wander off in caves, ancient tombs, and ruins around the whole entire world. The first version of Tomb Raider came out in 1996, getting released for the Sega Saturn, then getting released on MS-DOS, then getting released on PlayStation. Some of the inspiration came from Indiana Jones for around its time. This was the legendary start for Tomb Raider for its control, graphics, and gameplay. The new generation might not care about it now, but this is how you make a game look good and the gameplay also good. This is also considered to be one of the greatest video games to ever come out for its time. Even one of the greatest games for PlayStation, selling over 7 million units. Just this game alone craved Lara Croft's name to be one of the greatest female protagonists in all video games. I don't know, Lara Croft just bought that star power that everyone actually needed. She wasn't getting sexualized because of a lot of you weirdos. She was just great at what she did. You're playing with the female that's a badass who's going into caves, whooping ass, and then the game is just adventurous, action-packed. And if you played a Tomb Raider game, you know that Lara Croft is a trailblazer. Tomb Raider is like my Prince of Persia. And I love Tomb Raider just as much as I love Prince of Persia. But Tomb Raider is just way better than freaking Prince of Persia. And the newer games that came after the 1996 release of Tomb Raider has just been amazing. From seeing the graphics change, from seeing upgrades being put into the game, to actually seeing a new universe of Tomb Raider that has never been seen before. Lara Croft's legacy will live on forever. She's a well-written character that's been placed in games with well-written storylines. Lara Croft is just everything that you would want in a video game. I would really compare Tomb Raider to like Uncharted. Oh my god, he's talking about a man and he's supposed to be talking about women. Nathan Drake is the second to son to Lara Croft and Tomb Raider. I think Uncharted is basically Tomb Raider. Actually, It is, but I believe more so that the 2013 version of Tomb Raider was inspired by Uncharted, and the original Uncharted games were more inspired by the older versions of Tomb Raider. They have something going, you know? Go and play Uncharted 2 and then go and play the 2013 version of Tomb Raider. You will see what I'm talking about. Tomb Raider and Lara Croft's success has been so successful worldwide that we have one movie. Not just one movie, two movies. Wait, not just two movies, three movies. And all three of them are great every time you watch it. This is why Tomb Raider will forever be #1 for the female protagonist video games, because of the inspiration and the legacy that Tomb Raider has left for the fans and for the people. And that is why Lara Croft is also one of the greatest female characters in video game history of all time.
This place is becoming unstable. The floor is starting to buckle.
Don't worry about it, Lara. Just get us out of here. You're doing great.
Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a 2009 hack and slash video game that you can almost compare to Devil May Cry. This game for 2009 was released on all platforms such as PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. And it also came out for the Wii U and all of that other crap. Now when we speak of action, I'm pretty sure we would be talking about Bayonetta. From the lightning effects, from the attacks, from the jumps, from the scenery, from the 3D effects, this is peak gaming. There is currently 3 Bayonettas out currently today. I think after this video, I might just go back and play Bayonetta 3, you know, why not? I don't know. I think Bayonetta 1 though was more influenced by its combat, which 2 came around and it was more influenced by the storytelling. Now don't get me wrong, all 3 games has amazing storytelling, but it's just one thing that battles with another. But this also makes Bayonetta one of the greatest female protagonists in video games as well. Now some people might have a different opinion to me. They might say Bayonetta 1, you know, have the better story than Bayonetta 2, and that is totally fine. I understand and I hear you. Nothing beats the classic. Bayonetta is also another definition of being a bad. Bayonetta doesn't fit into any position of good or evil. She just had a rough life and it made her into who she is today as Bayonetta. Well, I guess you can call her an anti-hero or whatever you want to call her. It doesn't matter, but you get it. When I first saw Bayonetta, I thought she was some evil devil, but no, she's a great human being who's just trying to save the world and save her friends while keeping the whole world alive. So killing these demons and monsters and trying to kill the main people would save the world, of course. That's basically what the game is about. And for new news, this is my transition to going into what I actually wanted to talk about and what really gave me this idea to make this video. The video game Stellar Blade. I've been seeing too many comparisons about this game kind of being like the long lost sister of Bayonetta or a long lost sister to Devil May Cry. It's not none of those. I would compare it to one of the Souls franchise video games or Sekiro, the video game on PS4 and all that bull crap. It's not like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta where you have to kill a bunch of people. It's like you have levels to this game. Anyways, I'm going to find you an article that I found online and I'm going to read it to you. Hopefully you don't fall asleep because I am boring. This game feels sort of crappy but isn't without interesting gameplay concepts. Mainly through it has terrible feeling gameplay, very laggy feeling, and it's not always clear what you can cancel. A swimming in 7 sort of game, or 6 maybe. I beat up the challenge boss fight. Tried doing no damage runs a few times, but I'm not good enough and don't understand well enough why and when the enemy is armored. I think there's a trick to the resource management though, where you stun them and prevent them attacking, and you can use your lengthy combo strings when they're on the arc. It's not very satisfying though, next to stuff like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, the latter in particular, which fixed the whole issue with the dollar combo combat with this dodge offset system, and it's clearly not as expensive as Devil May Cry, but it's not really like those games anyway. It's sort of like Sekiro. And I feel like If they keep putting out updates and they keep putting out new stuff into the game, then maybe they can make a comeback like Cyberpunk 2077. But we're getting close to the end of the video, and I just want to give an honorable mention to a female game that has a protagonist as the female in it. That game is Remember Me. Remember Me is an Xbox 360, PS3 video game. It is very fun. I've played it, I finished it, and I think you would enjoy it. It's almost the likes of Uncharted, Tomb Raider, of course, but it's more with the futuristic cyberpunk video game style. Definitely one of the greatest games that I have definitely played for the PS3 when I was more exploring back then when I had a PS3. But if you do play the game, let me know, put it in the comments, say, hey Benji, I played the freaking game and I think it was pretty garbage. But anyways, your boy Benji Commentary is out, back with another video, and I'm sorry that I took too long. I know. I had this whole video idea, and right when I was recording it, I was like 30 minutes into the whole entire video. When I tried to edit, the freaking quality sucked, so now I have to make this video. But anyways, Benji Commentary, back with another video, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you if you stayed to the end. I absolutely love you. Thank you. I'm out.